Right, council members, if we can all take our seats, we're going to get started with our closed session. I think we have everybody. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and call our closed session to order. It is 5:15. Madam Clerk, do we have any requests to speak on closed session items?
No, we do not.
Any correspondence?
Nope.
All right, so we will go ahead and recess now to closed session. It is 5:01, 5:16. Thank you. All right, I think we have all of our council members ready, so we can go ahead and get started if everybody else is ready. It is Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. It is 6 o'clock on the dot, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our regular city council meeting. We did have a workshop on our new community center that's in design earlier today at 4 o'clock, and a closed session that followed that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to call the meeting to order now. Mr. Melching, our city attorney, do we have anything to report?
We do not.
Out of our closed session, all right, thank you. And then, Madam Clerk, did you receive any correspondence on our agenda tonight?
Yes, and it's in your red folders.
We do have that here, thank you very much. And if you would, please call roll.
Councilmember Estrada.
Here.
Councilmember Carwin.
Here.
Councilmember Sobek.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dinas.
Here.
And Mayor Zimmerman.
And I'm here, thank you. So for words of inspiration, I believe we have ministry leader Tanner Williams from Revival Christian Fellowship. He's at the podium, sir. Thank you for coming tonight and helping us get our meeting started.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's a privilege. And I just want to thank you again for the desire to meet with prayer each time. So thank you. With that being said, would you all bow your heads and pray with me? Lord, we are thankful for the abundant blessings that you have given to this city and this nation. Our forefathers looked to you as protector, provider, and the promise of hope. And we pray that this city would do the same and will be restored by your forgiveness. We ask that to give these council members great wisdom in all the decisions they make. And for the people, for us, to have an open mind and heart in listening and loving upon this great city. So we thank you for who you are. Through your own sacrifice, you offered salvation. From the bounties of heaven, you have blessed, not because of our goodness, but by your grace. So we pray that this city and all that are in it and all that come into it would flourish, and we would all come together in unity and would be a blessing to one another. So thank you, and be with us this evening, we pray. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Williams. We appreciate you coming tonight. Yeah, thank you. All right. With that, we're on item 4 now, our Pledge of Allegiance. We have in our audience someone very, very special to all of us, and that is the president of our college, MSJC, Roger Schultz. If you don't mind leading us, sir.
Thank you, sir. Please rise and join me in saluting our great flag by placing your hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you, President Schultz. And as we always say, we appreciate the great partnership that we have with our college and our city together and your great leadership. So thank you for leading the pledge. All right, we're now on item 5. This is presentations, and I'm going to ask the council members to join me up front for the first 3 of 4, and I'm also going to ask Vicki Carpenter to join us as well. Check. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to give this to Lisa. As you all might know, each month we select a Citizen of the Month. We try to find somebody who goes above and beyond, usually behind the scenes. Somebody who's not always looking for credit, but likes to serve and make sure that all of our events and all of the things that are doing good for the community and making the best it can be. And we find those people, and then we embarrass them by bringing them up here and honoring them really is what we're doing, and give them an opportunity to share a few words as well. This month's choice was our District 3 Council member, Lisa Sobek, and she chose Vicki Carpenter, and I think all of us agree that was an excellent choice. So I'm going to pass the microphone to Lisa and let her share a few words about why she chose Vicki.
Thank you, Mayor. I was really surprised when I was looking over the list of our Outstanding Citizens of the Month that Miss Vicki Carpenter has not been recognized, and it is very well deserving. I have something that a friend of hers sent me when she found out about this, her friend Karen Nolan, and I cannot put this in better words. So I'm going to share a little bit of what Karen has said. What truly sets Vicki apart are the countless acts of kindness she performs away from the spotlight. She generously gives from her own pocket to help families in need during the holidays, ensuring that they experience joy of Christmas, and when they need presents as well. Vicki has been known to personally prepare and deliver home-cooked meals to seniors who are ill and unable to cook for themselves, bringing comfort and nourishment to their homes. Her unwavering presence at city and community events stems from a generous desire to be an active resident and contribute positively. Perhaps most touching is her dedication to those battling terminal illness. She sits by their bedsides, offers encouragement and love as they transition towards eternity. Vicki's actions are a testament of her boldness, compassion, and selfless spirit. She cares deeply and wholeheartedly, making a difference, not for recognition, but because it's simply who she is. So this month, we have a certificate for you. And I'm going to go ahead and read what it says because this is from the whole council. In recognition of your unwavering dedication and contribution to the Menifee community, your leadership and commitment to service demonstrates through your various roles and organizations such as California Association of Realtors, Mount San Jacinto College, the Menifee Community Chamber of Commerce, the Rotary Club of Menifee, have made a lasting impact. Your tirelessly advocacy for important causes, including domestic violence shelter, reflects your outstanding citizenship. And if you're not aware of it, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and Vicki has been a champion for this. I have to let you know that there's 2 pages of organizations that she has helped with and participated in, and I just an honor and feel just so grateful to know you and to be able to present you the October Outstanding Citizen of the Month. Well deserved.
I don't know what more needs to be said, but I'm a politician, so I'm going to say more anyway. I've known Vicki for a long time. I knew Tom as well. Your reach in this community goes far back. There's not an organization that I've ever been to a meeting of or been to an event thrown by where you weren't either just there or running it. So your championship of this community, your leadership in this community are second to none, and this is an excellent choice. We're thrilled to honor you.
Vicki, there's plenty to say about you and all of your accolades and accomplishments over your lifetime. Yeah, I'm going to avoid that, if not, we'll be here all night. I want to put a personal touch on this. I remember the very first time I met you, how warm and welcoming you are. And as I got to know you over time, it made sense because I see all your generosity. The very first time I met Vicki, I reached out my hand and I said, "Hey, I'm Ricky. Nice to meet you, Vicki." And she said, no, I don't do handshakes, I give hugs. And so ever since then, that stayed in my mind. She made a very welcoming and warm first impression. Congratulations, Vicki.
You know, I'm going to follow Bob's lead here. I have to talk now because he's forced us into it. But, you know, as Councilman Carlin said, you know, she's either planning or leading something, but what you don't see behind the scenes is her actually rolling up her sleeves and actually working to get whatever she's working on done. That's a true volunteer when she not just has the ideas, not just to get people to work, but doing the work herself, and that makes you special. And thank you so much for what you've done for Menifee, and might as well say what you're going to do in the future too, because I know you're not done. So congratulations, you really, really deserve it.
So many things have been said, and I agree with all of them. You have been a role model to all of us, Vicki. We look to you for leadership and how to do it professionally and how to build consensus and get a team going. You are the ultimate team player, and that is true leadership. And so congratulations. This is a well-deserved recognition, and good choice, Lisa. And we'd love to hear from you, too, if you don't mind.
Are you sure? Thank you, everyone. First of all, I landed here from Chicago in 1981. I worked here up until 2022, and then I moved here. And so I've been a citizen, and I've been a participant or a part of the business community for a long time. But what I want to share with you tonight is that it goes back a little bit further when in 2012, Tom, my late husband, who was really, truly my mentor and community leader and a pioneer in this community back in 1964 when it started. You know, the business, he was the second tenant in the area, and I keep telling people that. But he was the person that, the example that he set for me and told me when I got here, and I was in my late 20s at the time. He said he was there, he showed, he exemplified what leadership and volunteerism was all about in the community. He rose me up to be on his shoulders, and I stand on his shoulders today, but I also stand on the shoulders, all of you. I collaborate with you, I've worked with you. I stand on George's shoulders, I stand on Chuck's shoulders, I stand on Stacy's and Mary's and Jennifer's and Karen's and Roger's and all of you, Island, God bless you, but all of you, you have mentored me, you have meant something to me, we have collaborated together in some way or another. I love my city, I love my Menifee, and I intend to be here for a long time, and I want to thank you for this honor, Council. I stand on your shoulders, too. Thank you.
Okay, so Phil's going to come up. We'll take a picture together, but I know there's a lot of people in this room who came here to support Vicki, and would you do a show of hands so we can all see? This is an incredible turnout. I know all of you hold Vicki in your hearts just like we do. Thank you guys for coming today. Yeah, so let's have Vicki's family members that are here, if you'd like to come up, and we'll move out of the way and let you guys stand in front, and we'll get a photo here with family members.
So this is her daughter and her son-in-law.
This is Tom's daughter, so my love. My daughter in Arizona couldn't be here today.
One more time for Vicki Carpenter. And it matches. Yeah, it's perfect. All right. Congratulations, Vicki. Okay, our next item, we're going to be recognizing Junior Olympian McKenna Salas. If McKenna is here, would you come on up and join us, please? There she is. I was looking in the back. Perfect. Okay, so also is our Parks and Rec Commissioner Tiara here? Will you please join us as well? Because this was your idea. And I'm going to hand the microphone over to Dean Dinas, our Mayor Pro Tem, because he knows a little bit more about it. So why don't you stand right in here? Perfect.
Thank you. You know, it's always exciting as a city, and especially as a city council, when we get to honor our young people here. You know, it's really exciting to see how our young people grow up and how they get involved in either sports or academics or the arts or something, and they really give their dedication and their all to it. And when they do that, they deserve to be recognized. So that's what we have tonight. And I brag a little bit, she lives in Heritage Lake where I live, and she's in District 4. So we're gonna, I gotta brag a little bit here. So McKenna, how old are you? 9. 9-year-old, a 9-year-old Olympian. Now you're thinking, what's the big deal about that? Well, she not only competed, but she came in 4th nationally in her Olympic event. Now, what's your Olympic event?
1,500-meter race walk.
Whoa. Now, she could probably walk faster than I can run, but we're not going to test that tonight. But it's really exciting that she's been able to be so dedicated and work hard to get to where she is. And she's only 9 years old, so she has a really bright future. And I'm really proud of you. I know Mom and Dad probably are. And I want to thank Tara for bringing this to my attention, because this is the best thing we can do as a city, is to honor our youth. So, and I don't have my reading glasses with me, so bear with me. It says, as this award is presented to McKenna Salas in recognition of your outstanding accomplishments for placing fourth in the Amateur Athletic Union Junior Olympics girls walk race. Your dedication, hard work, and talent are a true testament to your athleticism and commitment. The City of Menifee City Council commends your success and wishes you the best of luck in future endeavors. Honored and recognized this 5th day of October 2024. So as Mayor Pro Tem, this is my year. I got to choose the theme. It was a hometown of heroes. I think we got one sitting right here with all those. Look at all those awards. That's great. Now, the big thing, would you like to say something?
Yes. Well, so I know how I got these medals. It's because I worked very hard to get to the Junior Olympics, and some days I had to work in the rain or the sun. And this gold one and this bronze one, it's from the other AUU meet, so I could get the real one from North Carolina, the real Junior Olympics.
Great. Well, congratulations. That's exciting. Really exciting. This is for you. You put that up on your wall. You have to frame it, put it up there, because you're special. You will deserve it. So, we'll go. You know, Tara, why don't you tell what you do to make sure that happens? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Well, it wasn't just me. We have a whole team of coaches, which some are here today, that has supported not only McKenna, but all of our kids who are also in the audience today. Yes, we're a youth track and field team, but more so than that, we're a family. And we were able to find, Menifee is growing. A lot of us are new here, and we were able to find a family within this team. And no, McKenna, she's not joking when she said she has to practice in the rain, practice in the sun. We did, huh? We try and make it fun, but at the end of the day, it was you who put in the work, and your parents, because we always want to highlight them because they have to suffer through it too. So, but no, McKenna has been a joy to work with. Anyone who's had any contact with her, I know our coaches can second this. It's been amazing. Her parents have been a joy to have as well, and we've just been very fortunate as a community to have her here. So thank you for allowing us to coach you.
I'd like to pass it on to my colleagues now I'd like to say a few words.
Well, McKenna, I love what I heard. It was hard work. And look what hard work did. It paid off. Congratulations. I think we might see you when you're a little bit older, maybe on TV in the Olympics. What do you think of that? Yeah. Well, we are a wonderful community, and I'm glad that you found a family of your skill that you enjoy doing. And I just wish you all the good luck for the years to come.
Great job, McKenna. Everyone is so proud of you, your family, your friends, and the entire city. You're one of our young minds that we're very fortunate to have. Out of the millions and millions of you said 9? Out of the millions and millions of 9-year-olds, you finished 4th. That's not easy. And we're very, very proud of you. Keep up the good work and keep an eye on your grades, okay? All right.
McKenna, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but you realize that you've just made Menifee the race walk capital of the world, as far as I'm concerned. So we need you to keep it up, keep going, and inspire the younger ones coming after you, and chase the ones who are ahead of you, and eventually you're going to catch them, and we know it.
And finally, when you get the gold medal and you're on TV and they say, would you like to say a few words? Say, I'm from Menifee. All right, let's take a photo, and congratulations. We're really proud of you. Now, I think we have some family members. Portia's here, her mother, and there's a handful of others. If you guys want to come on up and be in the photo, we'll do it right now real quick, so come on up. Look at all these friends and supporters. All right, one more time for McKenna Salas. Great to see you. Yeah.
We spoke. I'm a business on a solar company.
All right, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Okay, guys, we have one more presentation item, and this one is our alternatives for domestic violence, and I'm going to ask Gary Ann Brown to come join us. Do you want your team to come up here too? All right, let's have the rest of her team come on up.
They're saying no.
They're like, no. Right?
No's not an option.
So this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and here in, Matricia, come to the middle. And here in the city of Menifee, we have a domestic violence shelter that serves this community. And so today we wanted to have a proclamation declaring that. But this is an opportunity for Gary Ann and her team to kind of share just a little bit more, so I'm going to pass it to her.
Good afternoon, everyone. To the mayor of this great city and to the council, we appreciate you for having us out and recognizing our shelter for the month of October. Unfortunately, the month of October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but women who are in danger, who are in trauma, who are having their lives tormented by abusers, every day is a tough day for them. So we just thank you for the opportunity of being here. Our shelter has been around for about 40 years. We service about 300 women a year. We give them housing, both emergency and transitional, and then our goal is to bring them out of the shelter into permanent housing so that they don't have to return to their domestic violence situations. So hopefully your thoughts and prayers will continue to be with us. We're a nonprofit. You all know what that means. We move through with very little money. And at this time, we're really, really understaffed. There are about 7 of us carrying on this work. When I started with the agency, there were 47 people on staff. But luckily, and by the grace of God, we're able to pursue and to continue and still service the same amount of victims and get the good work done. So we thank you and we appreciate you. Thank you for having us.
So I'm just going to speak on behalf of the city today and declare this month, October, as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, 2020-24, and therefore this city council, all of us together, recognize and designate the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Please put this someplace where you can see it and it reminds you of this very special month that we are honoring here in Menifee. All right, Phil, if you don't mind coming up and taking a photo. And so we want to thank every one of you, your entire team, for everything you do for the folks that need your service. And hopefully we don't have a lot of those, but when we do, you're there. And so we appreciate that. We love the partnership you have with our Interfaith Council and all the good things that are happening and all the participation in our city events. It's just a wonderful partnership. I think Councilmember Sobek might want to add something.
Yes, very important. So it is sad that we have to recognize this as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We hope that will go away someday, right? But I want to let you know that our city plans with a purpose. And at our October Fest that we will be having at MSJC, that if any children want to use the fun zone, They instead of the city taking $5 for a bracelet, the family can bring a donation in cash or monetary, and they will take full-size toiletries. And so at our October event, remember that if you're coming out, bring something to donate for the domestic violence shelter that's located in our city. Thank you.
Okay, council members, I believe we can return to the dais for our final presentation. All right, our last presentation item is our community services update, and I see that our community services manager, Mariana Mitchell, is here, so welcome.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, and the public. Mariana Mitchell, Community Services Manager, here to provide an update on all the happenings taking place in community services here in the city of Menifee through the month of October. So first off, we've got a number of workshops and activities and programs happening at the Case and Acero Senior Center, ranging from our Pearls program to Friday night, the return of Friday Night Lights, where we go to Paloma Valley High School. But the one thing we do want to make sure that the Menifee residents are aware of is that the Case and Acero Senior Center is going to be hosting a senior resource fair on Tuesday, October 15th from 8:30 to 11 a.m. That has been organized by Congressman Calvert's office, and we encourage everybody to come on out who's interested in getting additional information about Medicare, open enrollment, which is currently underway, and any additional local resources. So that's we'll have approximately 20 vendors, and as I mentioned, on October 15th at the Case and Acero Senior Center. On the other end, we have our annual Knott's teen trip to Knott's Scary Farm happening on Thursday, October 10th. So this is for youth ages 13 to 17, and for $80, we will be happy to take your teen to Knott's Scary Farm, so you don't have to. It is a trip that we encourage anybody who's interested to please sign up early. It is on a Thursday, but the next day is no school, so we want to make sure everybody's aware of that. So please encourage everybody to sign up early, and pick up and drop off will be at the Lazy Creek Recreation Center. Next, we have our enrollment currently taking place to register for our youth basketball league. This is something that takes place every year for $85. Menifee youth can participate in a team sport, which will give them the opportunity to learn valuable skills in a recreational setting. The practices are scheduled to take place throughout parks throughout the city of Menifee, with games at Santa Rosa Academy. Each one of our participants gets a uniform, a team photo, and an opportunity to participate in playoff games. So really excited about the return for that one. And in case you didn't know, the City of Menifee and the Community Services Department now has our very own social media pages. So the residents of Menifee can please follow us on Instagram and Facebook, where you can get more detailed information, specifically about our programs, activities, and events. And it also allows us to be a little more creative with how we promote our activities and all the up-and-coming opportunities for the residents. So with that, we do have a brief video that we have that kind of showcases our upcoming Haunter House competition. Before I move on to that, I do want to thank our marketing staff, Jace Ortega and Gabby Cow, who work on all of the stuff, and they're the creative mind behind that. And then also the partnership we have with the communications team to make sure that all of our Instagram, Facebook postings are on trend and that we're hitting the mark. So with that, I'll just go ahead and play the video.
Get ready, Menifee. This Halloween, turn your home into the ultimate spooky spectacle with the Haunt Your House Decoration Contest. Submit your spine-chilling creations from October 1st to 14th, 2024 for a chance to be featured on Menifee TV. Categories include Scariest House, Best Theme, Most Innovative, Most Kid-Friendly, and Dia de los Muertos. Public voting will be held from October 18th to 22nd, with winners announced on October 25th. Click the link in our bio to enter and vote.
So again, if anybody's interested in filling out an application, applications are now open. If you aren't on Instagram or Facebook and can't click the link, you're welcome to go to our city website, cityofmenifee.us/special events to fill out your application and apply today. We also have our electric car show and clean air expo coming up this Saturday, October 5th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at MSJC. And our next event, we're really excited, our very first dog event, our Bark in the Park at E.L. Pete Peterson, celebrating kind of like the grand reopening. We did a little bit of refresh where it was closed down for a little bit, expanding the large dog park, adding additional park amenities for all of our furry friends, and we'd like everybody to come out and join us. So it's going to be on Friday, October 11th from 5 to 7 p.m. at E.L. Pete Peterson. Something for everyone, all two-legged and four-legged alike. So please come out and join us. Moving on, we've got our annual Fall Festival event, and so we're really excited about this coming back on Saturday, October 19th at Mount San Jacinto College from 4 to 8 p.m. We have the return of the Sun City Cruisers, who are going to be hosting our cruise car display and our trunk or treat. And as was mentioned earlier, with the proclamation for October being Domestic Violence Prevention Month, we are encouraging our residents to please bring a full-size toiletry or be ready to offer up a monetary donation for access to our kids zone, which is where all the jumpers are, and in order to help support our local charities. So we hope to see you guys out there. The very next weekend, we have our Day of the Dead event on Saturday, October 26th from 4 to 8 p.m. at Mount San Jacinto College. And again, this is a cultural event where we have a number of entertainment opportunities. We also will have a number of altars, community altars, family altars, a car display, and then additional opportunities for members to come out and take a look at the vendors. So again, we're excited to have this back as well, and we hope that you're able to come out and join us to take part in this cultural event. Last but not least, coming up in November, we have our annual Veterans Day ceremony that's going to be taking place on November 11th at 10 a.m. It is going to be at a different location than it typically is. It's going to be at Hidden Hills Park. For anybody who's not aware of where this hidden gem is, it's kind of in the name, Hidden Hills. It's actually located in the neighborhood directly across the way from the Gale Webb pump track. So again, we're excited to be able to offer this opportunity to come out and celebrate our veterans who have served. Our keynote speaker is Arthur Artie Allen, who's also the chairman of the Riverside County Veterans Committee, and we hope that you can come out and join us. And then we have a couple save the dates. Our next bulky item drop-off is going to be happening on Saturday, November 16th at the Sun City Civic Association. This one is one of our smaller events, so we encourage anybody interested in participating to come out early for that. And then we have our annual Trot for a Cause at Santa Rosa Academy. That will be taking place on Saturday, November 23rd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And with that, that concludes my report, unless there's any questions.
All right, Ms. Mitchell, very good report. Council members, do we have any questions? All right, seeing none, thank you so much. We're going to move on our agenda now. This is item 6, agenda approval. Madam Clerk, do we have any modifications to tonight's agenda?
No, we do not.
All right, council members, all in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, our agenda is approved unanimously. We're now on item 7. This is public comment on non-agenda items. Madam Clerk, do we have any speakers? We do? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. This is the time for members of the public to address the council about items that are not listed on the agenda. The Brown Act limits the council's ability to respond to the comments at the time they're made. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes on any single item. If you would you please call our first non-agenda speaker?
Cynthia Nemelka, followed by John Pruitt.
All right, welcome, Cynthia. And there's a little clock up there in the corner. Once you get started, it'll be counting down, so keep an eye on it. And welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, Menifee and city leaders. 3 days ago, I asked Councilman Estrada the question directly on his Facebook page. There was a lot of controversy on multiple Facebook group pages where some of your supporters are arguing that you are a military veteran. Can you please set this record straight? Multiple others have is this okay?
Move back just a little bit.
Okay, there we go. Multiple others have asked the same question, and he has not answered. Instead, he has allowed his supporters free rein to defend him as a veteran all over social media. This is willful ignorance. Estrada says he supports veterans, but yet there are several veterans in Menifee right now expecting this issue to be cleared up. Councilman Estrada, please confirm and answer the question, do you consider yourself a veteran? But tonight, I want to address a more serious concern regarding Councilman Ricky Estrada, who has broken a promise that goes to the heart of our community's integrity. In a video of City Council meeting on December 15, 2022, Estrada announced, "I have officially submitted my signature to the City Clerk's office and signed the Menifee Pledge stating that I will not accept campaign contributions from developers or contractors within our city." This video was again posted on July 18th, 2024, as confirmation that he will not be accepting campaign contributions from developers. This has been one of his main campaign platforms. I've attached here several documentations that prove, not allege, that Councilman Ricky Estrada, candidate for mayor, has been deceiving us residents in Menifee. For several months now. The citizens of Menifee have unearthed the truth, and citizens of Menifee have been fighting against the deception all over social media for several weeks now. Last Wednesday, September 26th, Councilman Estrada filed the state-required Form 460 indicating that he had received campaign contributions from two developers. Andy Saramelis, a developer, contributed $5,500 to Ricky's campaign, actually on July 2nd, which is interesting because that was a couple weeks before he said again he wouldn't, and $1,000 was donated from developer Fabio Conti, which was on 8/5, August 5th. Both Councilman Estrada and developer Andy have been fighting hard on social media against this exposure of this deception, trying to smooth it over. But us Menifeans are smarter than that. We experienced a mayoral candidate who thought he could deceive us and lie to us. And ignorance is no excuse. We need a mayor who is knowledgeable, has experience, and a track record of leadership working well with others. As one of the fastest growing cities in California, Menifee needs a full-time mayor. And most of all, Menifee needs a mayor who has integrity and who is honest. As voters, we deserve transparency and honesty from those who seek to lead us. We cannot allow this candidate's actions to go unchecked. Councilman Estrada must be
Ms.
held
Nemelka,
accountable for receiving.
Your 3 minutes are up.
That's your time, Cynthia.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the next speaker.
John Pruitt, followed by Paul McCaughey.
Welcome, Mr. Pruitt.
Thank you, sir.
Glad you're here.
I am too. I'm alive. Good evening. I want to talk about performance, and I'm talking to the council people who are running for re-election. Bob, Menifee government is in good hands. You really are good, and I appreciate that. Lisa, you have the experience, you are capable, and you are ready to take the next step. Ricky, 89 to 93% of the wording that you said in these in the forum was incorrect and going into the wrong direction. And here's why. You criticized the amphitheater tremendously, harshly, and you shouldn't do that until you know all the facts. Here's why. Number one, you want the police and fire to have that money. One-time funds is involved in that. You cannot use one-time fund for reoccurring expenses. You cannot. You will run the city into bankruptcy. That's guaranteed. Restricted funds, it was for park and recreation. You said once again, you would put it to fire and police. These are your words. You cannot. Restricted funds must go to what they're designated for. That is misappropriation of funds. It can, depending on the severity of it, you can go to jail. At the very least, you will be forced to resign, and you can never run for public office in the state of California again. Number three, you criticized the $6.6 million of the amphitheater. If I were your colleague, I would have made it 13.2. I would have pushed it harder because I would have sought out matching funds. You never, never shortchange your city on restricted funds and one-time funds. Somewhere along the line, you can find matching funds to increase that amount. It doesn't technically cost the city. It's from all the citizens within the state. So let other people support Menifee by having those matching funds. You're not ready to be mayor. You're not ready to be mayor. I didn't say you were never ready, but right now, you're not ready to be mayor. And to be honest, I question you sitting in that seat as of now. You need to understand what you're there for. Research, learn.
Mr. Pruitt, your 3 minutes are up.
That's the Brown Act.
All right, thank you. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Paul McCaughey, followed by Marvita Grimes.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Mayor and City Council members, I just have a little bit of a list of just a few concerns that I have with the city, none political at this time. One of my big concerns is over this past couple of weeks, driving Murrieta Road, once just between McCall and Newport, I came across 16 tractor trailer rigs, and we're talking about the construction ones. The following day, just between Rouse Road and Ethonac, 9 more. I would like to see a weight limit put on that road. I think it is being over-abused. I think it's a safety hazard because those are homes that are on that street, and these trucks are not doing 35 miles per hour. That's my one concern there. My other concern is in some of the streets, especially off of Murrieta Road, over by a self-service or a storage facility, it seems they're running a car lot. And that's been, I don't care when I go by there, there's always 2 or 3 cars parked in the street with signs on them or in the dirt lot that's there, and this has been going on for a long time. So if we have a code enforcement that does work, I don't know why they're not over in that area because this has been going on for a long time. Number 2, the new development that is going on in the back hill back there where Pulte. I have a real concern because I live in the tract homes, the Sun Ranch, and I have followed traffic. We are now, because of that development back there, we are now getting cars cutting through from Thornton to Rouse, going through Skyward Trail, blowing through stop signs, doing 40 miles an hour on there because they don't want to go down to Thornton. They'll come up Rouse, make the shortcut, and go over, and they avoid the single lane coming to the light. And it works the other way, down the other way. My recommendation on that is put some speed bumps in there or monitor what's going on over there. The other thing is Valley Boulevard. That's turned into a drag strip back there. I listen to it every night, and it's just not me, but it's just there needs to be more enforcement back there. The other concern is on Valley Boulevard, when they really open it up wide, is a sound wall to the tract of homes right there. There is houses that are less than 40 yards away from that street, and I know there's going to be some severe things going on when they finally open that all the way up. Getz Road, any word on when they're going to open that up so the traffic isn't coming down through Thornton, and they can go on to Ethonac without coming through that way? I got 6 seconds. Election time. Instead of picking on people here, I think the city should get
Mr.
a night
McCaughey,
where all of you guys
your
are
3
here
minutes.
and we can ask questions. Okay?
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Marvita Grimes, followed by Adam Eventhoff.
All right, welcome, Ms. Grimes.
Hi. I met you over at the Senior Center when we had a function.
That's right, I remember.
This is my first time in this forum, so forgive my informalness. But hello, council members, glad to be here. I just have some questions as a resident in reference to, like the other gentleman said, some roads and issues. The Town Center Drive and Newport intersection, there was a movie theater and it looked like a strip mall going up over there. The rain, the fire, etc. Okay, it's been a few years now, and I heard that you guys had addressed taking down the buildings that weren't completed, you know, because it's an eyesore. It looks like that stopped. and I would like to, it looks like it's come to a halt. And again, I love this city, and it's beautiful. I love that it's growing. I love this forum. I'll be back. And I just want to know what's going on with that progress-wise, and how soon will that be cleaned up. The other thing is, like the other gentleman said, now I live in Menifee Hills off of Menifee Road and Trailhead. Okay, and so my development is the Lennar Homes, and I'm not sure if this is the proper form, so please forgive me, but I live on the corner of Nectarine and Guava. There are only 2 entrances to that particular development. My street is one that gets you to the houses in the middle. There's one coming back through the elementary school where people drive through there like bats out of hell. My corner is an accident waiting to happen. I believe someone told me I could come to this forum, and please, please, we need a stop sign there. I mean, I know people will roll through it, but at least maybe it'll get some people's attention to kind of slow down and pay attention. I'm on a corner. I have moved my senior mother out of Four Seasons in with me. I'm worried about her backing out of that driveway and taking a T-bone. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you, Ms. Grimes. We really appreciate you sharing that.
Last speaker, Adam Eventhoff.
All right, welcome, Adam.
Honorable Mayor and City Council and staff. My name is Adam Eventhoff, Senior Public Affairs Manager. I'm senior now, a lot more gray hair. And wanted to let everybody know about a project that we are doing. We are doing some water testing in which we inject water into some pipelines. The pipelines run up and down Menifee Road. But to service that test, we actually have to have an area nearby, and this area happens to be on the corner of Simpson and Lindenberger. And it's about 9 acres. And folks in the neighborhood were concerned that we were building something permanent. And I just want to let you guys know that, no, we're actually just, we have some construction trailers, we have some equipment, and we're not going to be doing a lot of in and out. However, we are going to be using that site. We're going to have a temporary water tank there so that we can take the water, put it in our pipes, check the pressure, make sure the pipes are good, empty out that, then either haul the water away, or if the water is clean, then we'll just put it in the storm drain. But and that water will be tested, of course. But I just want to let folks know that we did notify out to 500 feet, but like so many projects, 500 feet really doesn't get you that many neighbors. So over the weekend, we did walk 550 homes. We'll do that again next week. We'll also be posting signage on both streets so that folks can know what's going on. There's nothing permanent. We should be out of there by November 1st, God willing, and we don't have bad weather. And we will return that site to the way we found it. So anyway, if you have anybody who's inquiring about what's going on there, it is a temporary, what we call laydown yard, temporary construction yard. And, you know, there will be some noise and such, but the flyers have phone numbers if you need to reach us. It has an 800 number posted on the sign. The sign should go up in about a few days. We still got to get it back from the printer. But anyway, so just want to let you guys know what's going on. And hopefully we can get it all done and behind us by November 1st. So anyway, if you have any questions, staff certainly knows my cell phone number, and the flyers and the signs also will have my cell phone number or an 800 number. Thank you for the time.
Don't leave yet, Mr. Eventhoff, and first of all, just thank you for your information proactively to us, but I know Councilman Carwin wanted to mention something. No? I'm sorry, you came up in the queue. All right, never mind. Thank you, and we appreciate you coming.
All right, thank you, and congratulations to Vicki Carpenter.
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, Bob, your name flashed here. All right, we're going to move on. We're on item 8 now. This is council member updates and comments, and I will start with Councilman Carwin.
Thank you, Mayor. Let me get my notes up here. So just a few things to report. I did get to attend the Student of the Month program at Sizzler. We were scheduled for September 11th, but it was postponed because of the fires. So we ended up rescheduling it for whatever that Monday was, 22nd or 23rd. We honored from Paris High School, Caleb Scott. From the California Military Institute, Ariana Abriz Smith. From Liberty High School, Jeremy Malabo. From Paloma Valley High School, Javon Major, and Heritage High School, Kaya Van Slyke. Just a wonderful group of students, and always thrilled to honor them when we can. I attended the Chamber of Commerce Midday Mixer at Giovanni's. Got to test out some Giovanni's goods, pizza, their new barbecue ribs. I'll give them a plug on that. I attended the Community Action Partnership presentation at the Case Center, Cerro Center. I know, Mayor, you were there, and Councilmember Sobek, you were there as well. I attended a Rotary Club meeting. Mayor, you were there for that. And I got the honor to serve as the host and MC for Celebrity Karaoke, benefiting our community cupboard. I am proud to announce that our own Mayor Bill Zimmerman was awarded Most Entertaining. And we were also featured a performance by Councilmember Estrada singing Summer Wind, was it right? By Frank Sinatra? There you go, the crooner there. And then finally, I think most of us were there just yesterday at the Citizens Academy graduation. It's been a busy couple of weeks, so that's what I got.
All right, great report. Thank you. Councilman Estrada.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a great time at the Celebrity Karaoke. We were raising money for the Menifee Valley Community Cupboard. Many of us got up there to sing, and all the money went towards a good cause. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Right, very good. Councilmember Sobek.
Thank you, Mayor. I actually will show you some pictures later on of the mayor singing. So I would like to start off by saying that I represented the city of Menifee at the business industry installation. I attended the Alternatives to Domestic Violence Shelter Cleanup Day. So we had a wonderful cleanup day. I see Dan Temple here. He was there, part of that, and a lot of different people came from a lot of different churches, and they actually give us like a honey-do list, and we go out and clean up the yard, trim the trees, fix toilets, unplug sinks, and so I want to thank Pastor Crawford for leading that. Also, I attended a meeting at Chick-fil-A with the new owner there, Shane Wilkie. He just wanted to let us know that they may be having a trunk or treat, and they just want to be a really great partner in the community. So here you see pictures of Menifee softball. This is their new season that started off. They're playing at one of our parks, and over in, what's the name of the park? It's, anybody know?
Lago Vista?
No.
Centennial?
Centennial Park, yes. And they play twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. They play at 8:30 and 10. They have 8 teams. And it's just, they come out and have a great time. I could not believe that one of the guys that comes there and plays twice a week drives all the way here from LA. And they just were having a good time. I was asked to throw out the first pitch. I have to say, I did not do very good. I had to repeat that first pitch. So I attended the Southwest Riverside Higher Education Coalition. We just, again, I mention that every month that we are working to bring Cal State San Marcos to the area, and we need $18 million for tenant improvements. We've raised about $6.5 million, and we are excited because we've had some really fantastic companies reach out to us who've heard about the work we're doing, and they said, 10 million is nothing to us. So keep your fingers crossed that we will be able to have a 4-year here. What's so great about this is it affects our whole Southwest region. And if we can bring the workforce here, then we will attract those businesses who pay those higher paying jobs. It affects our economy, and it's huge. I attended the Menifee Chamber Midday Mixer and the Community Action Partnership meeting at the Queso Center. And here we go, Celebrity Karaoke, the fundraiser for Menifee Valley Community Cupboard. Now, Jason White, our past chamber president's there, and then you could see the room, but then there's somebody over here on the other side of the screen, and I'll let you figure out who that is. Okay. All right. Last night, we had another Citizens Academy graduation. And as it was mentioned, most of us on the City Council attended that. And I just want to say thank you to those residents who come out. They leave with smiles on their faces. And I have to say, one of the favorite things I heard one of those graduates say was, I learned that you care about us, that the Menifee staff cares and the council cares about our residents. That was one of my favorite comments that I heard. So we've got new ambassadors, and if any of you are interested, check with our city's economic development department to see when the next Citizens Academy will be, and you'll learn a lot too. It's about a 7-week course on a Tuesday afternoon, 4 to 6 for about 7 weeks, and it's just wonderful. So as you heard earlier this evening, they mentioned the electric car show this Saturday in the morning at MSJC. I just want to say there's something to do here Saturday, but also there is Faith in Blue that's going to be happening at the Case and Acero Center in the afternoon. They have partnered with Mill Vet, and they will be putting together care packages for our military men and women overseas. And that's my report.
All right, very good. Our Mayor Pro Tem Dinas is next.
Thank you, Mayor. On the 25th, I attended the RTA Southwest Transportation Now meeting. The next day, on the 26th, I attended the RTA Board of Directors meeting. Just to let you know that RTA will be offering free rides on Election Day, so if you need a ride to get to the polls and you don't vote absentee, you got a ride, no excuse. And then lastly, today, I attended the RTA Admin and Operations Committee. That's all I have.
All right, very good. I'll try to be quick. This is since our last meeting on September 18th. On Thursday, September 19th, I attended the Neighbors Monthly Business Mixer in Wildemar. Then I went to Pacifica's Senior Living. They had a social mixer called The Taste of the World. And then the Rotary Club had a special meeting where we did some forward planning in the evening. All right, on Saturday the 21st, there was a history program, and it was related to the Holland family. And so here we're getting ready to open Holland Road overcrossing, but we learned about the Holland family, the Christensen family, named after one of our middle schools is named after Hans Christensen, and also the Scott family, which is Preacher Scott, named for our Scott Road. So it's a great program. On Monday, the 23rd, I attended the Western Riverside Project and Programs Committee. That's a subsidiary of RCTC. On Tuesday, the 21st, I was the guest speaker at Sun Meadows HOA neighborhood. On Wednesday, the 25th, there was a meeting of the Southwest Elected Collaborative. I attended as a member of RCTC, but we had, it was over at the Murrieta Library, and we had Senator Sayardo as well as Aaron Hake from RCTC there to kind of talk about regional issues and things we can do to help with our transportation. And then we had a great idea by Gloria Sanchez, our chair of our Senior Advisory Committee, because this is National Senior Center month, or actually September was. And so I joined her at Case and Acero Center, and we honored the staff there, and we also honored the Family Services Agency, FSA, that was there every single day serving our seniors. And so it was nice. Instead of doing it here, we decided to come to them. So great idea, Gloria. All right, and then on Thursday the 26th, there was a chamber board meeting that I attended as the city's representative along with Kayla Charters. And then later that day was that community action partnership that Councilmember Sobek and Carwin were at. And it was a great presentation there at Case and Aceros. Gloria was there too. And then there was a Rotary meeting that day, and Dr. Root from the Menifee Union School District gave some updates along with her cabinet. On Friday was the celebrity karaoke fundraiser, and we saw some embarrassing pictures. And but hey, it's a great cause. Our community cupboard's a good partner, and they do wonderful things. So if we're going to embarrass ourselves a little bit, hey, well, let's do it for a good cause. And let's see, Saturday there was a brand new Adopt a Street, and I'm get to be a partner with the Murch family. And this was our first one, and we have adopted Scott Road from the freeway all the way to Briggs. So it's like a 2-mile stretch of litter. And we spent the entire morning from 6 a.m. all the way till about noon picking up trash, but it looks wonderful. And we filled a great big truck full of trash bags, and it really looks a lot better. Although the wind's blowing, and today I saw some new junk, so we're going to have to get back out there. All right. Anyway, where was I? So yesterday I attended our Interfaith Council meeting in the morning, and then joined most of the council members for our Citizen Academy graduation. As Lisa said, it's just great. We have so many wonderful people that, and they expressed their appreciation for that program. So whoever's idea that was, kudos. All right. It was yours? Good job. All right. Tomorrow, MSJC is hosting a workforce strategy forum. It's in Temecula. Is anyone else going to that? I'm going to go to that one just to kind of represent. Looking ahead, there is no council meeting coming up, so I'm just going to mention a couple of things for people's calendars if they're listening. The last Foodie Friday of the year is going to be this Friday coming up, October 4th. Then I'm going to be honoring two churches. Eagle Ridge Church is turning 30, so we have a nice proclamation put together by our clerk for them, as well as the Center for Spiritual Living over in Sun City is turning 50, and we'll be bringing them a proclamation as well. On the 19th is our Fall Festival. Our Holland Road ribbon cutting is coming up, I believe, on the 22nd, and the State of the City on the 24th. So we're going to have a very busy week that week, you guys. So in a way, not having a council meeting kind of gives us a little bit of a break to get out there and do a lot of community stuff. Councilmember Sobek's in the queue.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one thing that we forgot. So we had a great presentation at that fundraiser for the Menifee Community Cupboard, but we also had a great MC, our very own Councilmember Bob Carwin. We are so fortunate to have his voice, and he does a wonderful job as an MC, and it saves the cupboard to pay somebody to do that, and so I just want to say thank you to
well done,
Bob
Bob.
Carwin.
Thank you, both of you. All right, so we're now moving on. Item 9, this is approval of the minutes from September 18th. Council members, do we have any modifications or changes? Hearing none, all in favor of approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, our minutes are approved unanimously, and we're on item 10. This is the consent calendar. And all matters on the consent calendar will be approved in one motion unless a council member requests a separate action on a specific item of the consent calendar, and if it's removed, it'll be discussed individually and acted upon separately. Madam Clerk, do we have any requests to speak on our consent calendar items?
No, we do not.
All right, council members, do we have any items that we want to pull for discussion? Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved.
Okay, thank you. All right, I see our consent calendar is approved unanimously, so we're now on item 11, which is public hearings, but there's none, so we'll go to 12, discussion items. There's one. 12.1 is Heritage Lake Drive street name changes, and we have a management analyst, Laura Sportelli, who is here possibly, or maybe not. Yes, she is. Good. All right, welcome, Ms. Sportelli.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of council, and members of the public. The item before you, is this working? The item before you is a request to review and discuss the proposed replacement names for multiple roadways named Heritage Lake Drive within and adjacent to the Heritage Lake community. Heritage Lake Drive exists in 3 locations: east of Menifee Road and surrounding Heritage Lake, which I'll refer to as the Loop, a segment west of Menifee Road ending at Junipero Road, a segment north of Menifee Road between Junipero and Palomar Roads. In September 2023, the police department notified the Community Development Department that locations on or near the loop were becoming increasingly difficult to identify, as it is currently one continuous roadway. Staff determined that splitting the roadway surrounding Heritage Lake at Lindenberger Road and adding the prefixes east and west to the 2 segments would resolve the issue. As staff prepared our recommendation to add the east-west prefixes, we discovered that Heritage Lake Drive, continues west of Heritage Lake community between Junipero Road and Menifee Road. We also discovered that there's an additional instance of Heritage Lake Drive, 1 block north between Junipero Road and Palomar Road. So we expanded our existing renaming efforts to include these additional segments for consideration. Staff selected 4 verified and available replacement names for both streets located west and northwest of the loop, as well as a recommendation of Underwood Way for the northwest segment. There are no homes or businesses fronting the segments west of Menifee Road. However, there are 3 properties along the loop that will be impacted. A communication was sent to the owners in December 2023 to provide notification of the issue, the recommendation to add east and west prefixes, and a forthcoming discussion, to which both the sports park and the clubhouse responded favorably. A second communication was sent in September to notify the owners of tonight's discussion item, with only a response from the clubhouse. Staff's recommendation to add east is to add east to proceed the portion of Heritage Lake Drive that runs east of Menifee Road and northeast of Lindenberger Road, and west to proceed the portion of Heritage Lake Drive that runs northwest of Lindenberger Road back up to East Heritage Lake Drive. Additionally, we're asking council to review and approve the proposed street names selected and verified by staff for the street segment immediately west of the loop, as well as the farthest segment northwest of the loop. Upon approval of a future resolution, staff will provide prior notification of an installation date to the property owners along the loop, as well as adjacent property owners. A maintenance crew will then install the new signage, and the building official will submit address verification documentation. That concludes our presentation. Are there any questions?
All right, thank you, Ms. Sportelli. So council members, before we get into discussion, let's start with questions. Does anybody have any? Go ahead, Councilman Carwin.
So there are no homes on any of these roads?
No.
So
They don't front the roads.
So what is it that the police are having a hard time finding if there's no homes to go to on these roads?
What started all this was the loop. So let me go back so you can look at that.
But what is it they're getting a call to that they can't find because of these roads?
Well, I'm assuming that if there's an accident of some sort on the road or any disturbance on the road itself, they're having a hard time finding the location, or even in the adjacent properties, they're having a hard time finding a location because where that loop meets, it's all the same road name.
Right.
All the way around, it's all the same road name. So that's where this all started. And then when we were researching it, we found out about the other 2 road segments that had the same name.
All right, thank you.
Next question comes from Mayor Pro Tem Dinas.
Thank you. It's a great idea. I'll start off with that. Living in Heritage Lake, you say turn on Heritage Lake, and it's like, which one? And so this is a good idea for those of us have to. And because there are schools and parks located on there, I think it'd be helpful for emergency vehicles to know, if someone's in a panic and calls, hey, it's on Heritage Lake Drive, and you don't get that much information. That's a pretty big loop to try to figure out exactly where it is. If an accident or something happened at a park, but the caller is a little too hysterical to give that much information. The question I have though is, the one that goes across the street from Menifee Road there, we're going to call Underwood. I think that's the recommendation. So there won't be an issue with public safety or anything like that, even though they're not contiguous. They're 2 different, they're kind of broken apart there. That won't make a difference for public safety to have, Underwood here and Underwood over there. I mean, it's kind of on a smaller degree the same
I think that other segment is the 4 to choose from. They're going to be 2 separate. So Underwood is just that one segment that's a little bit north, and then that separate one, we got to choose one of the 4 street names for.
So the farthest northwest street, yes, would be Underwood Way, and then the other street in between the loop and that street would choose between those 4 names.
Got it. Okay, so we'll just do like rock, paper, scissors or something.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Okay, Councilman Estrada, question?
Yeah, thank you. In the initial staff report, was Underwood Way, I don't remember reading that as a recommended action, was it?
I think it was the very last name on the list.
Okay.
It wasn't, on the staff report, it wasn't separate as we're presenting it now, but it was
So it
listed
is-
on the end.
Okay, so it is different than what I initially came into the meeting thinking.
I think the way you read it, yes, definitely.
The way I read it?
Well,
or
yes, the
was
way
it-
it's presented in the staff report.
Okay, okay, thank you. So where did that change happen? Where from, when it went from the council's discretion, did now recommendation Underwood?
It's within the community of, the KB community of Underwood. That
Oh.
was the original track name for that because of the underlying family name.
Okay, got it. So that's the rationale behind that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, okay. And then my next question, the 4 possibilities, Gold Rush Trail, Lariat, Silver Lane, Wagon Trail, how did staff come up with those 4?
Those names were suggested, Councilman, based on the existing names that were in the track area. So we chose names that matched the existing street names that had already been approved and are currently existing now. So that's how we came with those 4 other names.
So there are already streets named those same names?
No, there are not. Those are new proposed names.
Okay.
We just checked to make sure that they were similar to the original street names that had already been approved. Okay. In other words, a developer submits 3 separate names for each street that's being proposed, street names. And normally it's a theme. It's a theme based. So when we chose the 4 names for replacement, those were based on the theme of the current track that they're located in.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Carlson. That brings clarity. Yeah, well, I'll share my comments for discussion.
All right, and I had a question for Ms. Portelli. You mentioned that the clubhouse was the only one that responded. Were they in favor, or did they have opposition?
It hadn't changed. So they were in favor originally, and it was basically just a response saying we received the notification.
Got it. Okay, any other questions, council members? Hearing none. Madam Clerk, do we have any requests to speak on this item?
No, we do not.
And do we get any correspondence on this item?
No, we did not.
Okay, so council members, we can open it up for discussion. I'll just kind of lead off real quick. I love the idea of the Underwood Way. Ford Underwood was a farmer who owned that land from 1950 until 1996, and he farmed potatoes and onions and wheat, and we have a park right there nearby called Underwood Park, and I know the family was just so pleased that we named that park in their grandfather's honor, and so I think this also upholds that as well. As far as the other street names, I'm like Dean Dynas, all of them sound kind of neat, and they match the theme, but all right, Councilmember Sobek, you're in the queue first.
Yeah, I drive over there quite often. I have family lives there, and I am happy to hear that there's going to be a east and a west Heritage Lake Drive. I will just say that. Good job, staff, on that. On the names, Mayor Pro Tem Dynas, it's his district. I'm going to let him take the lead on that. And I like the name Underwood for that development. That's a perfect name.
Good. All right, Mayor Pro Tem Dynas.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I support the Underwood Way. It's kind of a no-brainer. It's Underwood development, the community, call it, Underwood Way. It kind of fits there. As the other one, I know, I look at those. The first one jumps out is Silver Lane because I grew up on Westerns and I liked the Lone Ranger. And his horse was named Silver, and I got to sit on it once. So my in-depth research has led me to Silver Lane.
And I will second that.
Yeah, I agree with that too, for that very reason. Anybody else, any other comments? Are we all okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine. It was interesting. I just pulled it up on the Google map here, and those 2 segments on Google are listed as West Heritage Lake Drive and East Heritage Lake Drive. Yeah. And then when you go across, it just says Heritage Lake Drive. So I don't know why Google has them listed that way. But I just pulled it up. Councilman Estrada was asking about that. In that same neighborhood, we've got Lasso Way, Settlement Street, Copper River Drive, Great Plains Court, and Comrade Circle. So I guess that's keeping in the theme of kind of Western/mining terms.
Okay, and Councilman Estrada?
Yeah, I'm okay with all the names and willing to go along with, what the majority of the council wants to do. I'll throw in my 2 pennies, though, while I have the floor. I like Gold Rush Trail. We're named after Luther Menifee Wilson, who was a gold miner, and Wagon Trail, talking about the frontier and California westward expansion. But ultimately, I'm okay with the direction of the majority.
All right, Councilmember Sobek.
Yes, one thing I did want to bring up as discussion here is in that area of the city, they get mail for Menifee, Romolan, Sun City. And so since our building inspector manager is going to be working on that, is there any way that you can address that issue that those residents seem to be frustrated with? Sun City, Romolan, and Menifee. I know we've worked on this before with the post office and it didn't go anywhere. Is there anything we can do since you're going to be submitting these street names?
Well, normally what occurs when the original track maps are adopted and approved, the language on there on the track maps indicates the area that they're located in. Also, the post office, and I have had several conversations with the post office here in the city of Menifee, and that is another area of concern as well because the zip codes are not designed to fit in within city or county boundaries. So that's why there's a cross section of different areas. And so when the track maps are approved, that's how those areas get identified. And so that's very difficult to remove those names moving forward. But I have worked with the post office. The post office will not budge on the zip codes. And so those areas will remain as is unless something occurs within the maps. It's the original maps that were approved on how those areas were named.
So as a city, we're the city of Menifee, but yet some of those residents that live there, they tell people to look on Google Maps, whatever, and sometimes it comes up Sun City, sometimes it comes up Romolan and Menifee.
And if you were to look on if you were to go ahead and go to the tax assessor's website, it would list it exactly the same way. And that's where the problems started from, is from the tax assessor on those maps.
So this is a topic that's not really on our
Okay.
agenda.
I just
so we
wanted
can
to
maybe
ask
take it up.
if that could be something that could be looked at as well, but I guess maybe not at this time.
You guys can get together after. All right, so I think council has enough direction for the 2 selections, Underwood Way as well as, I think it was Way, and then Silver Lane, right? Yep.
Perfect.
All right, very good. Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yeah, glad we're doing this. All right, let's move on our agenda. Mr. City Attorney, do we have anything to report?
Not tonight, Mayor.
All right, and Mr. City Manager, anything to report or update?
Yeah, just a quick reminder that we will not have a city council meeting on October 16th, as we are going to be attending the League of California Cities Conference. Our next meeting with the council will be November 6th. Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank you. So with that, council members, any future agenda requests? Hearing none, I'm going to go ahead and adjourn our meeting. It is 7:18. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I know it's hot outside, so try to stay cool. All right.